Hello everybody, I'm Seibenlore, and in this video, I'd like to take a close look at the new mechanics which will be released in the new Fate Reforged set from Magic the Gathering. These mechanics will make an appearance in all forms of standard and limited play, so understanding them is key. Today, let's look at the new Absent ability known as Bolster. This mechanic is found primarily on white and green cards, and really represents the spirit of the Absent decks. Bolster, in all its forms, is an effect which will grant +1/+1 counters on the creature you control with the least amount of toughness. So let's say you play a card which reads Bolster 3. When that card or ability resolves, you find the creature you control with the least toughness and place 3 1/1 counters on it. Should you control 2 or more creatures with similar toughness, you may choose which among them get the counters. Let's look at some of the cards which have Bolster on them in Fate Reforged. First, let's look at Sandstep Mastodon, a 5/5 elephant creature with reach for 5 colorless and 2 green mana. When this creature enters the battlefield, you bolster 5, giving the creature you control with the least toughness 5 +1/+1 counters. This creature is pretty expensive for what it is. A 5/5 with reach is not worth its 7 mana cost, but when you add 5 +1/+1 counters, it becomes a card worth looking at. Even if you had merely a 1/1 token on the field, Sandstep Mastodon is basically an 11/11 worth of stats for 7 mana, split between 2 creatures. Even played on an empty board, the Mastodon itself would be the creature you control with the least toughness, making it a 10/10 reach for 7. Next, we have the Dragon Scale General, which is a 2/3 human warrior creature for 3 colorless and 1 white mana. This creature bolsters at the beginning of your end steps for X, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. So let's say you enter your combat phase and attack with a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3 creature. Assuming they all survive, you play Dragon Scale General on your second main phase, and go into your end step bolstering 3. These 3 +1/+1 counters are then placed onto your 1/1, making it a 4/4. You can see how this creature can get insane pretty quickly. Bolster is not just found on creatures, however. It is a mechanic which is also found on spells. One such spell is Honor's Reward, which is an instant speed spell for 2 colorless and 1 white mana, which gains you 4 life and bolsters 2. Being an instant speed spell, you can use Honor's Reward to save your weakest creature and make a strong trade with one of your opponent's blockers. The 4 life you gain is not so great, but having the ability to surprise your opponent with an unfavorable trade is always fun. When playing with Bolster, remember to read your cards carefully to know exactly when the Bolster mechanic will take place. This could impact how the effect goes onto the stack. For example, with Honor's Reward, your opponent could cast an instant spell of his own, killing your weakest creature before it is awarded the counters. If that creature was your only creature in play, you will have nothing else to place the bolster counters on, and they will fizzle, and the spell will only grant you 4 life. If the destroyed creature was not your only creature, the counters from Bolster will simply be placed on the next lowest toughness creature you control instead. Overall, Bolster seems to be a mechanic which goes well with the Absent playstyle of making a bunch of little guys through token generation. But be careful when you use Bolster, for it could end in results that you didn't quite intend for. So, there you go guys, a quick overview of the new mechanic Bolster in Fate Reforged. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Are you going to play with this mechanic? In any case, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.